So I'm Chung, and I'm one of the founders of CareerVillage.org. We are reinventing how young people prepare for the world of work. I want to start with this article from the New York Times. They did an exploration recently of how ready young people are in America for the world of work, for the world of jobs. And what they concluded is that the future looks bleak for American youth. Now, it's not hard to see why. There are 500 students for every guidance counselor in America. That means that if you're a high school student, you get on average 8 minutes one-on-one with your guidance counselor each year. Now, I experienced this firsthand. I grew up in New York City. I went through the public school system, and I had an overloaded, overwhelmed guidance counselor. But I also had 2 mentors in my life who volunteered their time to help me create my first career plan. They helped me figure out how to get into college, and they opened up their networks to me so that I could get the advice that I needed to get my first job. I got a great first job. I started my career at McKinsey & Company. I was a consultant there for 6 years. And while I was working in that job, I turned back. I started volunteering, mentoring youth, helping them think about careers. So I saw as both a mentee and as a mentor that it takes a village to help a young person prepare for their career. And that's why we created CareerVillage. On our platform, students post requests for career advice that we match against the LinkedIn profiles of our volunteers. This enables us to send the right requests to the right people to get them answered quickly. So it's sort of like Quora for students thinking about careers. Now, this is usually the first time that students have ever really had a substantive conversation with an adult before about careers, which makes it a really life-changing experience for them. And when you ask them what it feels like to get advice from a role model, this is what happens. Now, I want to share a little story about this. So this is Nina. Nina grew up in Fremont, and her dream was to work in biotech. But her family was struggling for money. Her guidance counselor didn't know anybody in biotech. So Nina says that CareerVillage is the first place she ever really was able to connect with role models from whom she could learn how she can get ready for that career. In fact, last night, I went on the website and I looked at Nina's first question on CareerVillage. She asked, what are the jobs that I can get in bioinformatics? Within 1 hour of her posting that question, she had 2 answers, one from somebody who worked at Google, one from somebody who worked at IBM, both doing computational biology. Right now, Nina is a freshman at Brown University. She's planning to major in computer science, and she's planning to go into biotech. And this is a really good example of what can happen when you democratize access for people who don't have access to career advice. Now, Nina's very, very driven, but she is not alone. Already over 1.5 million people have come onto CareerVillage to get career advice. This advice covers over 8,000 career topics. It comes from volunteers from all walks of life. Now, this is just the beginning, really, because there are 8 million American youth living in a low-income community. We want to serve every single one of them. We're going to do that in 3 ways. The first is through search. As long as we have the best career advice on the internet, which we have and need to continue to have, we will continue to rank high on Google when young people search for career advice, and they'll continue to learn about the opportunity to get advice through us. The second is through schools. We provide schools with resources, lesson plans they can download, data about their students' engagement that they can use to bring CareerVillage into their classroom, just like Khan Academy and how they bring that into the classroom. And the third method is through corporations and employers. We need corporations to help us increase the number of volunteers that we have to provide advice to the students. The companies that we work with use us as a way for them to get an online volunteering option to their employees to increase employee engagement. And some of these employers, I should say, have already engaged over 1,000 employees in giving career advice to young people through CareerVillage. Yes, awesome, totally. We wrap that up for them in an experience that's customized so the employees know that they can connect that experience back to their collective impact with the rest of their colleagues. Now, our vision is that by 2020, we will serve 100% of high school students. This is the kind of amazing and crazy ambition you can have when you work in technology that we wouldn't be able to do if we had a traditional nonprofit model. But I'm excited about it, not only because I believe we can do it, but also because this represents the future that I want to live in. This is a society where young people know that the generations that came before them stand ready to help them prepare for careers. And it's a society where the outlook is not bleak for youth anymore, where the outlook is really, really bright. So we're CareerVillage, and I want to thank you for your time.